Hi students, are you all well? I trust that all is well with you and I believe that all of you have understood the last two videos thoroughly. Is it not, children? Yes. So once again, I welcome all of you back to English video class. Today, we are going to see a poem from your Beehive book. So the name of the poem is The Road Not Taken, written by the famous poet Robert Frost. Right, children? So before enter into the class, let me ask you one thing. So, how many of you are able to take right decisions? How many of you are able to take right decisions? Do you think we take the decisions are right at all the time? Do you think like that? That is, suppose we are taking a decision. Okay, yeah. Do you think it is fully right? Huh? Do you think it is fully right, Kana? So sometimes it may be right, it may not be right. Is it not? So we cannot take the 100% right decision in our life. So this poem is also related to this message. Let's see how the poet deals this poem with this message. Right? So this is the title of the poem, The Road Not Taken, written by the famous poet Robert Frost. So here, I've given the poet's introduction. Look at here. Robert Lee Frost was an American poet. He was an American poet. He is highly regarded for his realistic depiction of rural life. So, he used to write poems on the rural life people. So, how they are living. So, in maximum, his poems are related to the nature, right? A popular and often quoted poet, Frost was honored frequently during his lifetime. So honored frequently here it refers, he got many awards and rewards during his lifetime. His work frequently employed themes from the early 900s rural life in New England, right? So his poems are very famous. His poems are very famous, and also he depicted the poem about the 19th century people. He depicted the poem about 19th century people who lived in New England. Right, children? So let's get into the poem. So before taking the class, please take your Beehive book, keep your fingers on that, then only you could be able to read it and you can find the answers, right, children? So listen, I'm reading it. Listen my reading. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler long I stood, and be one traveler long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, and looked down one as far as I could. To where it bent in the undergrowth. To where it bent in the undergrowth. Okay, children. Let's go to the explanation of first two lines. Okay. One day, the poet, while he was traveling, he reaches a junction. He reaches a junction where two roads diverged. Diverged means splitted. Diverged means splitted or divided. Okay, look the picture. So behind the poem, I've given one picture, no? So likewise, like a place, the poet was standing. like a place the poet was standing. That is, the place is two roads were divided. Two roads were divided in a place. Right, children? So one day while he was traveling, he reaches a junction where two roads divided. Understood? And he said that, he realized that as a traveler, it cannot be possible to travel on both the roads. It cannot be possible to travel on both the roads. Right, children? So as a traveler, he cannot travel on both the roads. So here, two roads. Here they have given two roads, no? Here the two roads are referred as two ways of life. So children, normally the poet compares something with something, right? So here the poet compares the two roads to the two ways of life. Understand, children? And the woods are yellow. That is the wood. Here they have given no yellow wood. Yellow wood here it refers. Wood here it refers forest. Yellow forest. Yellow forest. When the forest will become yellow? In the autumn season. Is it not? In the autumn season only the forest become yellow. Is it not, children? So here the yellow wood refers yellow forest. That is the forest in the autumn season, because in that time only the leaves will be falling down, no? So that the poet says that it is a yellow wood. Yellow wood refers the forest in the autumn season. That is, once again I'm clearly saying, children, listen it carefully. So one day in the autumn season, the poet was traveling. By walk, and while he was traveling, he reaches a junction. Where two roads diverged. That is, where two roads divided. Right, children? And he realized that he cannot travel on both the roads. And also here the poet compares the two roads to the two ways of life. Understand, children? Let's see the next two lines. And being one traveler, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it went in the undergrowth. So next 3 to 5 lines I am saying the explanation. Listen it carefully. And it is impossible. And again he is thinking that it is impossible to travel on both the roads. And the poet stands there itself and trying to choose which path he is going to take. Right, children? The poet stands there itself and trying to choose which path he is going to take, because he had a confusion which path he has to take. So that he is trying to choose on that place. Which road he has to take. Right, children? And however, the poet wants to go down both paths and thinking about it hard. So he is thinking that it is hard. Hard means it would be difficult to go on the roads. He is thinking that the two roads are difficult to travel. So he is staring down one road. Staring means, what does mean by staring? Uttu paakradhu solluvom illaya? Yes. So he is staring down on one road, trying to see where it goes. That is, he is staring a particular one road. He's staring one road and he watches carefully. He watches carefully where it goes. Where it goes. Right, children? And so the road has small plants and greenery of the woods. That is, the road is full of greenery plants. The road is full of greenery. That is, he is staring at one road. No, he is staring at one road. No, and he is watching where the road goes. Is it not? So on the road, that is on the road, there are some plants. Looks like very greenish. There are some plants. They look like very greenish. Right, children? Once again, I'm explaining the 3 to 5 lines. Listen it carefully. So, he was very much confused to take one road to travel. He was very much confused to take one road to travel because he was thinking that the two roads are very difficult to travel. He is thinking that the two roads are very difficult to travel. So, he is staring at one road. He is staring at one road and watching where it goes. Where it goes. Right, children? And the road is covered with full of green plants. The road is full of covered with green plants. Right, children? So, next stanza. So, here they have given the first stanza's meaning. I am reading, just listen it. The speaker describes his position. He has been out for walking in the woods and comes in between the diversion of two roads. He stands there looking as far down each one as he can see. He would like to try out both, but doubts he could do that, so therefore he continues to look down the roads for a long time, trying to make his decision about which road to take. Right, children? This is the meaning of the first stanza. So, if you don't understand these paragraphs, you just listen the video what I am saying. Right? Then next, look at the second stanza. Then took the other as just as fair. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better climb. Because it was grassy and wanted beer. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. Right, children? So now look at the first 3 lines explanation. Listen it carefully. So here they have given a phrase, no, as just as it is fair. In the first line itself they have given as just as it is fair. So it says that both the roads are looks equal. So the phrase as just as fair refers that both the roads are looks very equal. So that he looked down the first road. It looks very. What can I say? So it looks more traveled road. It looks like more. That is, the people use the road more times. But the second road seems like it is a less traveled one. The first one is more traveled one. The second one is less traveled one. So, more traveled one road, how it will be? So, there will not be any bushes on the path. Is it not? There will not be any bushes on the path. So, first road seems like there will not be any bushes on the path. Only the greenery plants on the sides. But in the second road, the full road is covered with full of plants because it is a less traveled one. It is a less traveled one. Understand, children? So he decided to take the second road because it seemed to have less traveled than the first, because it seemed to have less traveled than the first. But then he goes on to say that they actually were very similarly worn. So both are looking close, that is, both are looking very similar. For example, not exactly same. They are not exactly same. They are about to same. They are about to same. Right, children? So one road is more traveled one road is less traveled one. So the author decided to take the less traveled road. Right, children? So the second one that he took seems less traveled, but as he thinks about it, he realizes that they were really about the same. So after choosing the second road, he realized that both the roads are about to same. Both the roads are about to same. So after taking the second road only, he realized that both the roads are looking about to same. Right, children? These are the explanation of the second stanza. So if you have any doubt, please read the explanation in this slide. And this is your today's homework. You want to find the rhyming words of the first two stanzas, right? You want to find out the rhyming words. Do you know how you want to write rhyming words? That is same sound, that is similar sound words are rhyming words. So it will be at the end of the poem line. So you can take it easily. Right? So your homework is you want to find out the rhyming words of the poem and also rhyming scheme. Do you know rhyming scheme? That is A, B, B. We will write now. So that is called a rhyming scheme. And also you want to answer the given three questions. I've given three questions. So you want to find out the answers for these three questions. Right, children? So I hope all of you have enjoyed the video and all of you have understood the lesson thoroughly, right? So, bye, take care.